Hey guys, it's Mr. Davis. In this video, we are going to be talking about the idea of having x on both sides of an equation. So problems that you have probably never seen before, but maybe you have, and how to handle this weird situation that comes up where the letter, the variable, is on both sides. And what do we do about that? And I've got two big hints for you as we go through these types of problems. My first big hint is to move the variable to the left part of the equation. This isn't strictly required. It's absolutely possible, and sometimes, frankly, it's easier to move the variable to the right side of the equation. But I'm not going to have you do that for the beginning of the year. If you do, and you do it correctly, I'll never mark it wrong. But in all of my work, I'm going to move the variable to the left, just to keep things a little bit less complicated. Move it always to the left, and then once we're good at that, we'll play around doing it the other direction. Big hint number 2 is to rewrite after each step. One step at a time, rewrite our problem. We are not in a hurry to get through the math here. Mistakes come when you go too fast. You ready? Let's get started. So here's our first problem. Do you notice right away the x on both sides? Let's make sure we know how to say this out loud. This problem says 5x plus 8 equals 3x plus 20. So let's see here. What am I going to do? Your brain right away is seeing, oh, I can move the 8 and all of that crazy cool stuff that you've been doing. We're not worried about that first. All we're going to do is get all of our x's on one side. So I'm going to look at this and notice that this positive 3x is on the wrong side. Do you know why I called it a positive 3x? Yeah, because there's nothing written in front of it. If there's no sign written, I can assume that it's positive. So that positive 3x, it's on the wrong side. I want all of my x's together. So I'm going to move the positive 3x by doing the complete opposite of positive 3x. What's the complete opposite of positive 3x? Minus 3x. And I'll do minus 3x from both sides. You see, that's going to cancel out. Plus 3x minus 3x is 0. That's gone. And over here, 5x minus 3x is 2x. And I'm going to bring everything else down. So the positive 8 comes on down, equals 20. I moved all of my x's to one side, and now I've got a super easy problem that I'll just quickly finish. Do the inverse operation of plus 8 is minus 8. 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals 6. That's it. All of this is a review. That's easy. Our brains are going to get so good at that we don't even think anymore. That was the only new thing. The opposite of plus 3x is minus 3x on both sides. Let's see if you can do it. This problem out loud says 6x minus 10 equals 5x plus 1. Can you solve this problem by moving all of your x's to one side? Hit pause, hit play when you're ready to check your answer. Well, I've got a 5x there, and it's a positive 5x because there's no sign written. The opposite of plus 5x is minus 5x, so I'll do that to both sides. Over here on the right, it just goes away. 5x minus 5x is nothing, it's 0. Over here on the left, 6x minus 5x is 1x. I can rewrite my problem now. Minus 10 equals 1. Now, we talked about this in the previous videos. That 1 is completely not necessary. I can absolutely keep it there, but I can get rid of it too. It's up to you guys. I'm going to keep it here for this video. So 1x minus 10 equals 1. From here, the opposite of minus 10 is plus 10 on both sides. That gives me 1x equals 11. I can divide both sides by 1 if I really want to get rid of that in a fancy formal way, and I get x equals 1. But did you notice, even if I divided both sides by 1, I still got 1x equals 1? Like, it's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. Good job. All right, this problem says 4x plus 3 equals negative 6x plus 23. Go ahead and hit pause and solve this problem, and hit play when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's do it. Did you notice that says negative 6x? The opposite of negative 6x is a positive 6x. So we're going to do positive 6x on both sides. Those go away. 4x plus 6x is 10x. And then I make sure to rewrite my problem. 10x plus 3 equals 23. What's the opposite of plus 3? Minus 3. I'm going to do that to both sides. 10x equals 20. The opposite of times 10? Divide by 10. X equals 2 is the answer. Good job. All right, go ahead and try this problem. Hit play when you're ready. This problem says 8x plus 10 equals negative 2x plus 60. Just like the one we just did, that's a negative 2x. The opposite of negative 2x is positive 2x. I'll do a positive 2x on both sides to move all of the x's from the right to the left. 8x plus 2x is 10x plus 10 equals 60. Super easy from here. I can just subtract 10 from both sides. 10x equals 50. Divide both sides by 10. X equals 5. Try this problem and then hit play when you're ready. Alright, this problem says negative 3x minus 4 equals negative 2x plus 6. I'm going to get rid of that minus 2 and move it to the other side. The opposite of minus 2x is plus 2x. So I'll do a plus 2x on both sides. That goes away. Negative 3x plus 2x. So I've got 3 negatives and I've got 2 positives. Each of those will cancel out, leaving me with negative 1x minus 4 equals 6. And again, I don't really need that 1 there. You absolutely can have it there, but I don't really need it there. It's up to you. I'm going to get rid of it for this one. So let's get rid of that one and just say negative x minus 4 equals 6. The opposite of negative 4, it's positive 4. Positive 4 on both sides. Negative x equals 10. The opposite of negative x, see, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that 1 because it helps my brain to think about that as saying negative 1x. So let's go all the way back and let's leave that 1 in place. Negative 1x minus 4 equals 6. Mr. Davis, this is all just extra work. Yeah, I know, guys. It's not a big deal. And in your work, I absolutely don't care if you have the negative 1 listed or not. We're going to divide both sides by negative 1. That goes away. And x equals negative 10 is the answer. Whoa, Mr. Davis! Yeah, this is a challenge problem. So if everything's been way easy so far, try this sucker. It's quite a messy problem. If you're not 100% confident in the work you're doing, just skip it. It's totally not a big deal. Hit play when you're ready for me to check it. Okay, one step at a time. I'm going to start here on the left, and I'm going to distribute my times 3 to everything inside the group. 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 5 is 15, and I rewrite the problem. I'm not in a hurry to do my math, so I rewrite the problem. Yeah. All right, next problem. Over here, I've got my parentheses. Remember, all division problems have a parentheses on top, and so that parentheses help me to see that this is the group 20x plus 90 divided by 2. So everything in that group gets a divide by 2. 20x divided by 2 is 10x. 90 divided by 2 is 45. And I rewrite the problem. One step at a time. Rewrite the problem. All right. From here, I've got a positive 10x. Then I'm going to move to the other side. The opposite of positive 10x is minus 10x from both sides. That goes away. And I get 2x plus 15 equals 45. Please notice I rewrote the problem. Subtract 15, and I rewrite the problem. Divide both sides by 2. Ooh, I ran out of space. I'm going to roll on down and use up more space. X equals 15. Let's zoom out and put this to the side. Let's talk about what I did. Here I did distribute, multiply. First step. And then guess what I did, guys? I rewrote the problem right here. Right here. I rewrote the problem. And then I made my next step, which was a distribute, divide. And then do you know what I did next? Yep, I rewrote the problem. And then I did my next step, which was x on same side. I moved my x's to be on the same side. And guess what I did after I did that step? Yeah, I rewrote the problem. And then I started doing my inverse operations. So I did inverse of plus on both sides. It's a fancy way of saying I subtracted on both sides. I did the inverse of my add on both sides, and then, you're right, I rewrote the problem. And then do you know what I did? I did the inverse of divide. Oop, not of divide, I'm sorry. Inverse of multiply. I had to get rid of a multiply too on both sides. And after that, I rewrote my problem, but I was done. So I had to rewrite my problem 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Yeah, after every single step, we rewrite our problem. It slows us down and helps us do it right. Good job, guys.